Take a deep breath. This is a space for people who are ready to live in their own authorship. Hi, I'm Kristin Anderson, and welcome to In Your Own Image. I have decided to do this podcast for a number of reasons. I was in the middle of writing a book about this topic, and I just feel that taking the podcast route will get the information out faster and with a wider scope than a book could at this point. So that is why I am doing this. This is not meant to be, an exciting kind of thing. This is a reorientation to a possibility and a frequency of being. That's really the idea behind this whole thing. So let's take another deep breath. And get ready to live in the experience together. So, I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to walk beside you and show you a possible new way to look at things. That's one of my gifts, is I look at things from a very different perspective than most people. So, I'm getting ready to give that perspective to you here and now. I'm going to start with the near-birth experience, the NBE. Now, I've coined this term because it helps people understand the idea that I'm trying to explain, because nobody else has had this experience that I have met or heard of. I'm sure they are out there. And if you are one of these women who have had this experience, please contact me, because I would just really love to talk to you and talk to another woman who has had this experience, because wow, wasn't it epic? So the near birth experience is when you are giving birth, you are going beyond the orgasmic state, beyond the ecstatic state. You are way past pain and fear, and you literally are going through a golden tunnel of light. You're going through the wormhole. And this is why I call it the NBE, because I'm sure you've heard of the NDE, the near-death experience. And this is what people report. They go through this golden tunnel of light, and it opens up to a bright white light, and there are these tall white light beings standing there. They're shining, they're glistening. The feeling of absolute love is so beyond anything that we've ever experienced on this planet. And nearly everyone who has NDE has that same structure. Now, when I gave birth to my first child, my only child, I had the same experience, but in giving birth. Time disappears, pain disappears, my body disappeared. I was in another realm of love. So that's why I'm calling it the NBE. You heard it here first. And I am looking forward to explaining more about that to you and how to possibly claim that for yourself in your next childbirth experience. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is portraiture and what it means to be seen without caving. Cameras witness you. They're not judging you. And a portrait is a sacred mirror. And what does birth have to do with portraiture? It is about being in your authorship. That's a new word for me, and I kind of love it because sovereignty gets thrown around a lot, like being a sovereign being. And what does that mean? Authorship is also a very similar thing. It just means that you are creating the experience. The NBE, you are taking control. You are going past fear and into a glorious state. There's a reason why the NBE is available and that it's similar to the NDE, because these are the two times that our souls come and leave the planet. It's almost like the train that brings you to Earth, right? It brings you to Earth and it takes you back to where you came from, which is epic love. So portraiture is that same thing. It's coming back to you. You're being witnessed. You're allowing yourself to be witnessed. Can you stay present in that moment and let the camera witness the real you, not judging you, just witnessing? And in that way, it's almost like an anchor to yourself. These two things definitely cross over, and I think it's really interesting how they do. So we will be talking about that as well deeply in different episodes, I would guess, as I move forward with this. I'm just starting and I'm seeing what happens. So I will do weekly episodes. The topics will be birth, power, embodiment, relationships, and of course, authorship. It's not meant to be motivational. It's not therapy. This is a reorientation of your core beliefs and what is possible in this human form. If something I've said stirred something in you, you felt something inside say, this is interesting, then I invite you to stay. We will go deeper with each episode and just explore who we are as human beings and what will our ultimate contribution to Earth be, and can we make that better and better through birth and the power of being seen. You already know more than you think. So this is it. Join me next time. Hopefully I will be dropping episodes on a Wednesday. I will record on Monday and drop them on Wednesday. That gives me a little time to refocus. And that's it. So I have an anchoring question. And this is it. What do I now know that I didn't before I lived this? What do I now know that I didn't before I lived this? Think about your life. Think about the things that you've been through that have taught you. And let's explore that together. If you found any of this interesting, join me next week as we go through this. My birth experience will be the next one I'm going to talk about, because that's the thing I really want to get out there into the world and let women know that this is an option, especially in today's day and age when, wow, there's just so much violence everywhere. And I believe we can shift that into future generations with the way that we birth our children. So join me. I'll talk to you next week.